ladies, and welcome back. Today I want to show you how to fix a crack in a fingernail. If you are like most of us, at some point you are going to chip your nail or get a bad crack in it, like I have done on this nail. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but if I lift up right there on the corner, you can see right here where there's a crack that goes almost to halfway of my nail, and it has lifted from the skin underneath it. First of all, because of it being so far back, if that were to continue to rip, it would really hurt. And second of all, with it being that my nails have finally grown out after some housework we've done where they all chipped off, I really don't want to lose the length on my nail. So I am going to repair that using the tea bag method. For this method, you will need some brush-on nail glue. Make sure that it is the brush-on. You will also need a pair of tweezers. Make sure that you use a pair of tweezers that you don't mind if they get messed up by glue getting on them. You will also need a pair of cuticle scissors or regular scissors, whatever you can use to best cut your tea bags. And then you are also going to need a tea bag that is opened and emptied of all the tea. So you just want the bag itself. First thing that you need to do is to hold the tea bag up to your nail, and you want to cut it to where it is going to fit just about the entire surface of your nail. This is almost going to act like nail skin, and it's going to go over reinforcing and strengthening that nail. The tea bags are very hard to tear, so where you already have the crack in your nail, with normal wear and tear, that tea bag is going to hold it in place until it can then grow out beyond where you would want to cut it off and file it down to just start over. So, first thing we want to do is open that brush-on glue, and we're going to brush it over the entire surface of your nail, just as if you were polishing this nail. We don't want to put it just on the crack. We want it to go over the crack on all three sides, just to add a little extra reinforcement. And we don't want to put the tea bag on immediately. We want to let that sit there for just a few seconds until it gets a little bit tacky. If you try to put it on right now, the glue is so wet that all your tea bag is going to do is slip and slide around, and you're just not going to be able to get it in place very well. So we just want to let that sit for a couple of minutes until it feels a little tacky. Okay, once we can tell that that's set just a little bit and gotten a little bit tacky, we want to take our tweezers and pick up that little piece of tea bag that we already cut, and we want to place it on top of the nail. Now we want to get it as close to the edge on this side as possible, where the crack actually is. Now, when I get a crack that is beyond the skin, then I will actually tuck it on up under, wrap it around, and reinforce it that way. But obviously this one is cracked back too far for us to be able to do that. But take your tweezers, just run them across the surface of the nail, smooth it out until you can tell that it's tacking down to the glue that is underneath it. Now our glue is already a little tacky, so you're not going to have that slippage, or you shouldn't. If you started to put your tea bag on too soon and it's kind of sliding around, then just use your tweezers to hold it in place until your glue becomes a little more tacky. Now once we get that to where it's pretty much set where we want it to be, obviously there's still a few wrinkles in there because of the shape of our natural nail, but once we get that on there pretty much where we want it, then we need to take a second layer of our nail glue, and again we're going to just brush it right on the top. Now you can see what is happening here is the cool part. It is wetting that bag, making it transparent so that it almost blends in with your natural nail. I have even been able to wear this look with a French manicure underneath, and once you get your polish, your base coat, and your polish on that bag, it really does blend to where it looks like part of your natural nail. So you can even wear French manicure styles with this type of patch. Now you just want to go along, and anywhere where some little air bubbles popped up, you're going to want to make sure that you just press those down until they're flat. Some of them you may have to hold for just a second or two. And you want to let this dry naturally. Once this glue dries and is completely dry to the touch, then you're going to want to take a smooth nail file, not a rough one, but one that is used for buffing, and you're just going to want to lightly smooth out any excess bumps that happens to be in your glue, and you want it to feel like a very smooth surface. That way when your polish goes over top, you won't even be able to tell that anything is underneath there. If you apply this right, I have been able to get up to 2 weeks wear out of one patch. So it's as simple as that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.